don't know what to say. Normally, after we lose, I'm sat here screaming my head off at the team for playing badly. Look at the Wolves game. I know it wasn't a loss, but it was. And I'm frustrated, and I'll show that, and I'm equally as frustrated today. But to do it in a cup final, especially in this competition, which we have such a hideous record in. 4 or 5 losses in this final in a row now for Arsenal. Kai Havertz in the first half had his 2018 Aubameyang moment. A chance early on to go 1 up. And then it's a triple save from James Trafford. So fair play to him. But apart from that, we didn't create anything clear cut. And I was saying before the game, right, that Gyökeres is just going to have a tough time. And he didn't get a shot off today. He had the least touches of anyone on the pitch. He just didn't get in the game at all. I'm not going to sit here and blame Gyökeres, but I was just saying, I warned you. But I'm not... As much as I don't want to dig into any individuals, it is tough not to, right? I am looking at Kepa, and it felt like every 10 minutes, Peter Jury and Gary Neville with their microphones. Kepa's got an extremely bad history. He's got some horrible moments that I want to forget going into this game. They didn't have anything else to say, and it was the whole game. He struggled really to put balls forward. The long diagonals to Ben White in the first 20 minutes were good, but they just stopped. City worked us out. They pinned us back. They pinned Kepa back. And at the end of the day, he's arguably a major factor into Arsenal not winning today. But it's a collective issue, right? How many players can actually walk off that pitch for Arsenal and say they put in a shift? I'm looking at William Saliba, I'm looking at Gabriel. Apart from that, nah. Apart from that, I can't say anyone else looked like they wanted to win. We locked up Haaland well, and I will give credit to William Saliba and Gabriel. But other than that, I can't be bothered. And it's tough because that's now, what's it, 92, 93 was the last time we won this. So it's 33 years since we won this competition and counting. Yeah, and obviously with that kind of a record, you're gonna go into this game with excitement and with nerves. I definitely felt like that. I'll be honest with you. I'd be lying if I said I was going into this game fully confident that we were going to win. And then the unfortunate news on Timber and Eze came out, and I was like, uh-oh. And, yeah. Yeah. I am... I don't know what to say. Fair play to Manchester City. They were the better team on the day, especially in that second half where I don't actually recall, having 5 seconds in possession going Arsenal's way. And we had two sort of half chances towards the end when we were 2-0 down. Calafiori and Jesus, and sometimes it's just the little bits of luck in football that get you, and they both hit the post. Well, Calafiori hit the right post. Jesus hit the crossbar. Both had the goalkeeper beaten, but that's just your luck sometimes, isn't it? And credit to Nico O'Reilly because he won that game for Manchester City. Not just by himself though. I'm looking at Antoine Semenyo. Why didn't this club go and get him in January? I don't know. Just put the money on the table. I think it would have been worth the points deduction or the fine. You know, you look at Chelsea with their fine, £10 million. I think it would have been worth it. Just go and get Semenyo. Why didn't we do it? And then on the other side, Jeremy Doku. Although I'm a big critique of Doku, I don't think his end product's there at all. He's just a handful to defend against. And I really do feel since Ben White's had these long-term injury problems, either he's not been the same Ben White or Timber's just gone on to outshine him. And it's the harsh reality because I'm one of Ben White's biggest fans. I love the guy. I think he's brilliant. But I think it's probably time to move him on in the summer. Try and find someone a bit younger to replace him. Someone less injury prone. Whether that be Livramento from Newcastle. Whether that be the Brentford guy, Coyote. I think we need a new winger. Desperately. Towards the end of the game was when we were actually giving Saka the ball. And whenever we did give Saka the ball, something happened. But then you look on the other side, Hincapié and Trossard, they were just non-existent the whole time. Hincapié didn't offer anything in build-up. Trossard barely got a touch of the ball. And neither of them could defend that City right-hand side of Semenyo and Nunez, which is worrying. And I really hope that this doesn't give a psychological effect on the team because we've got City again in a month, and if we drop a couple of points and they win their games, especially that game in hand, all of a sudden our 9-point lead could very quickly shrink. And it is a reality check to the people saying quadruples. I was talking to someone a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I was at college and I was talking to someone and I said to them, I think it might have been after the Bayer Leverkusen game, when we drew 1-1, as soon as people start talking about quads and winning everything, you know, it's not an Arsenal season without truly messing it up. And there's the first final that we've been in this season. If you want to discount the Community Shield, which I'm telling you, people only discount the Community Shield when Arsenal are in the conversation. But if we're putting that aside, it's the first cup final for 6 years since lockdown. And that's what we get served up. The biggest game that this club has had for a long time. And there was obviously huge debate sparkling around Kepa and David Raya, who should be starting the game. Should Arteta be loyal to Kepa, who's played in every game of this competition? And Kepa proved the doubters right. This Arsenal team proved the doubters right. I'm I'm looking at the bench and our forward options, Martinelli and Jesus. I've been on Martinelli's case all season, but he was just as quiet, non-existent as Trossard, the man he replaced. So we missed Eze, we missed Timber, and I do think that the referee made a couple of decisions which just baffled me. I'm looking at that Hincapié booking. I'm looking at the 3 fouls that Bernardo Silva committed in that first half, and yet nothing was given to him. But at the end of the day, you can only blame Arsenal for that. And when Papa Pinker said the only thing stopping Arsenal is Arsenal, he was right. And I think this team needs to pick it up again. We need to get wins on the bounce. I think our next game's Southampton. We need to win that. Then we're back at Wembley again if we win that in the FA Cup semi-final. And yeah, I guess we go again. But it's a real low point for our season, this, and it's something that the boys need to just put behind themselves and focus on going forward, because there's still 3 other trophies to be fighting for. We're still in a great position for the Premier League. We're still in with a chance for the Champions League. But looking at this, it does make me doubt again. It does worry me, and it does, I don't know if the right word is upset, but it does just remind people that we have still got this gene within ourselves, that a one-off occasion, Arsenal are beatable. And yeah, look, as I said, we need to just put this behind ourselves and move on. My name's Tom, it's been a 14th Cannon, and I'll see you in the next video.